Did you think you were free? You know, our heroes used to be gods. And now our heroes are godless, weak, feeble, diseased.
Hey, okay, only you. Only you. Hey, what about me? What about me? You aren't strong enough. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Then he's got you. Becomes second nature routine. He gets in your head.
Miller's sacrifice wasn't about me walking out of that desert. It was about bringing me here. The weak have their purpose. You'll understand that soon enough.
Most villains want your money, your land, or your soul. But according to Far Cry 5 developers at Ubisoft, Jacob C doesn't want any of those things. He just wants to know if you're worth the air you're breathing. While Joseph handles the prophecy and John handles the legal paperwork, Jacob is the biological reality of Eden's Gate. He's the iron in their blood. He's a decorated veteran of the 82nd Airborne who looked into the abyss of human starvation and decided that mercy is just a fancy word for weakness. In game, Jacob is meant to make you feel powerless. He doesn't wait for you to come to kill him. He snatches you out of the open world whenever he pleases, forcing you into a kill box until your muscles move faster than your brain. He's the only man who can turn the 1950s love song into a weapon of mass destruction. Jacob isn't just some camel-clad weirdo shouting at the clouds. He's a decorated veteran of the 82nd Airborne Division. But before he was a sniper, he was a shield. Growing up in a circle of violence, Jacob was the brother who stepped in and took the hits that Joseph and John didn't have to. He was the protector long before he was the executioner. But that protective streak had a dark side. After burning down his foster parents' farm, Jacob traded the juvie system for the military, serving as a sharpshooter in the Gulf War and Afghanistan. This is where the grumpy vet turns into a straight-up horror movie villain. During a mission in the Gulf, Jacob and his spotter Miller were shut down and stranded hundreds of miles behind enemy lines. No extraction, no water, no food for days, and you were hunted like animals through the sands. When starvation hits the point of no return, Jacob didn't wait for a miracle. He embraced the call. He killed Miller and cannibalized him to stay alive. And you can actually hear the story as he tells it in a game, in one of the cutscenes. This wasn't a desperate act of survival, it was a baptism. Jacob realized that in the end, there is no God, no country, no mercy. There is only the person who is still breathing. When he's finally rescued, he wasn't just a soldier with PTSD. He was a man who had seen the truth of nature. He returned home to find a weak society he no longer recognized, eventually hitting rock bottom in a homeless shelter before Joseph found him and gave him a purpose. To Jacob, the world is just one bad day away from being stranded in the desert again. And his job? Making sure you aren't the one who ends up as the meat. If you've played Far Cry 5, you know the feeling of pure frustration. You're minding your own business, maybe hunting a moose or just, shooting up a storm in the outpost, when suddenly the screen blurs and you wake up in a cage. This is where Jacob's real work begins. Jacob doesn't use the bliss like fate. He uses classical conditioning. According to developers, they wanted Jacob to represent the physicality of indoctrination. It's the same way you train a dog to sit for a treat, except the treat is your freedom and the command is a 90s 50s love song. I wish I can actually play this song, but my videos have been getting hit with copyright strikes, so instead you guys are gonna get the slowed down version of the song, the one that actually plays in the trials while you're playing in the game itself. Think about the trials. He puts you through a literal kill box. It's a literal kill box. You have a timer, 45 seconds, and every kill adds a few more to the clock. The first run, you're confused. Jacob captures you again and again. By the third time, you aren't even thinking. You've memorized the route so perfectly that you've stopped looking at who's shooting. the meta twist, this isn't the genius part. Ubisoft developers have stated that the goal was to brainwash you, the player. They used your own gamer instincts, the desire to go fast and get a high score against you. You stopped seeing human beings and you start seeing obstacles to be cleared before the timer hits 0. And I don't want to lie, man, this is like a really good rush within the game, because you do these trials like 3 times, and every single time there's more enemies at it, in different stages, and you keep hitting them even though you know exactly where they are, but there are new ones there as well, so that adds another challenge towards it. And every single time it's like there's a new message on those trials as well that you need to read out. But at the same time, you don't read it out. You just keep shooting and keep trying to get it quicker, than where it was. And Jacob keeps commenting on how your performance is.
Good.
Like, it feels like an actual mini game in the game itself. In the final trial, Jacob ends one more room, one more silhouette, and because he's trained your muscles to react faster than your brain can process, you pull the trigger in pure instinct. You realize too late that the smoke didn't happen this time. You've just murdered Eli, the leader of the resistance, in cold blood. Jacob didn't just turn your character into a soldier, he turned you into a remote control assassin. He didn't want you to join the cult. He wanted to prove that under the right song, even a hero is just a tool for the call.
You make the darkness bright. You. Hey, only you could have gotten this close. Only you could have earned his trust. It was always only ever you.
As Ubisoft narrative leads put it, Jacob's goal was to strip away your choice and replace it with Pavlovian response. Damn, having trouble saying that word. Jacob is the black sheep of the seeds. While Joseph wraps the apocalypse in a holy prophecy and John screams the power of yes, Jacob talks like a hardcore evolutionary purist. In fact, the developers have noted that Jacob is the most grounded of the heralds because he doesn't actually care about the religion. He cares about readiness. To Jacob, the world isn't ending because of a divine decree. It's ending because humans got soft. He views the modern civilization as a participation trophy society that has forgotten how to bleed. According to Ubisoft narrative leads, Jacob represents the biological inevitable, the belief that when the lights go out, your spirituality won't save you. Only your survival instincts will. Developers designed Jacob to be the truth teller of the family. He doesn't sugarcoat the bliss or prophecy. He tells you exactly what he is, a predator, making sure his pack is strong enough to survive the great collapse. He isn't a prophet, he's the ultimate drill sergeant for the world that's about to turn into a meat grinder. If Jacob was a real person, we would just be probably one of those, red pill guys that we see in different podcasts every single time.
I don't fucking need to do this shit, and I don't need to fucking sell my soul.
At the end, Jacob's seed is easily the most grounded and disturbingly logical of the heralds. While Joseph is busy looking at stars and Faith is lost in the clouds, of the bliss, Jacob is the only one with the boots in the dirt. He isn't waiting for a miracle. He isn't asking for your yes. He's just waiting for the world to burn so he can see who's tough enough to walk out of the ashes. From the cannibalistic trauma of the Gulf War to the psychological kill boxes of the Whitetail Mountains, Jacob's legacy isn't a religion, it's a reflex. He didn't just want to defeat the deputy, he wanted to delete your humanity and replace it with a pure, uncut instinct. And let's just be honest, man, after the final sniper duel on the ridge, he did actually kind of succeed. You didn't just beat the game, you graduated from, the twisted school of survival. And it does actually feel like it. That Rocky scene when Rocky was jogging and he got up the steps and he was celebrating? I'm pretty sure most of us felt like that when we got up there and we actually killed Jacob. And yeah, man, that is my video on Jacob Seed. I hope you guys enjoyed this deep dive. I've been actually having fun, you know, doing these videos, and I'm pretty sad that my last two videos got hit with copy strikes. I had to re-edit them and re-upload them again, which actually didn't make them, you know, grow like my other video for Joseph Seed. But hey, man, I hope this one actually reaches you. If it did, I hope you guys enjoy it. Have a look at my other videos as well, man, and subscribe, you know, to get more content in the future. For me, Max, and Screen TV Magic,
I will see you when I see you.
Babylon, Rome, empires rise, empires fall. America, we're no different. We think we're indestructible. World War II, war on terror. We survived it, but it only brought us closer to the edge. And this is where we are, right here, on schedule, just waiting for someone